Katie Briscoe, CEO, MMGY Global.
Katie, thanks very much for joining us on Breaking Travel News here at the World Travel Market. So, first of all, what sort of messaging are you putting out to your clients and perhaps potential clients?
Well, certainly the travel industry is strong. Coming out of the pandemic, I think people had questions about, what the travel industry would look like and if events like this would be of the magnitude that they were pre-pandemic. We've always believed, I always say we're married to the travel industry in good times and in bad, and COVID was just a period in which things were being reevaluated, but we're back in the industry stronger than ever at a global scale. And so some interesting things that we're seeing. We continue to be enthralled by how technology is really changing the travel experience.
So what are you offering as an organization, MMGY Global?
So our mantra at MMGY Global is to meet a client or a brand's audience where they're at in terms of telling the brand story and experience. And then the mantra of our company is inspiring people to go places. So that can be taking a flight, that can be visiting a destination, that can be booking a hotel room or a rental car. It really runs the complete gamut of the travel experience.
So how would you help me if I was a CEO of a country which, the borders are a bit closed or semi-closed to European and Western travelers? Not mentioning any names, of course. They've got big ideas, very big ideas. How would you assist? How would you go in and help?
Well, I think where our company provided value inside the pandemic and coming out of it was understanding the levers and opportunities that different destinations and travel brands have to activate travel experience. So we leaned into research where we understood more broadly how consumers were thinking about safety, the experiences, things like to tell hoteliers, things that we would never encourage, in the guest experience, to bring the back of house forward. That guests want to smell the bleach when they're walking in, they want to see who's got their suitcase, and that seems like a quite a trivial, simple thing to advise. But we were able to start pivoting operations so that we could start marketing products and getting travelers excited about travel again and the perception of safety. So I bring back, and everyone's tired of talking about the pandemic and the impact of travel, but I think where we came into play was really knowing what opportunities were available. And that really varies across destinations that have geopolitical issues, that have different types of visitors, whether it's domestic or international inbound that they're dependent on, whether they're more dependent on leisure or really focused on group or commercial travel.
Sounds like you went in with the mindset of a traveller, of a guest, rather than from the corporate side and missing out on some of those key things.
Well, the North Star has always been if we take care of the needs of travelers, they'll take care of the needs of our client partners, and the needs of the agency will be taken care of. And I think, we're a 40-year-old business that's been exclusively in one industry, that's grown substantially globally over the last 8 years. And I think keeping that North Star creates, a vitality to the business that will continue to move forward.
So 40 years ago, very much print focused when it came to marketing. Digital wasn't really around at all. So how has it changed for you?
Oh my gosh, it's changed tremendously. I mean, when we were founded, it was very much about, hotel collateral and sort of door-to-door sales and menus and different pieces. Now that the QR code has finally taken hold in the pandemic, that's not, the print side isn't as much of our business, but it still is a component. We still do, we absolutely believe, you see agencies that are all digital. We believe in an integrated experience. There are very different needs of luxury brands versus, more mainstay brands. There's so many needs in terms of consumer behavior and connecting with the brand that traditional and digital, it's about integration with brand messaging.
And you take a look at some of the brands here, the stands they've got are phenomenal. You're going through a country, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Experience digitally what they have to offer. So that's been a massive change.
Right. I've been to the WTM before, but it's so fun to see it through the lens of many of my colleagues where this is their first time experiencing this and truly feeling like a global citizen and the experiential activities at WTM that really allow a product to be sold in a completely different way than ever before.
Right, we haven't got a lot of time, but move away from this marketing and what you offer onto the business side and acquisitions. So what have you been up to?
Well, we just announced last week a new private equity investor. So 7 years ago we were invested by private equity. If you know much about it, that investment period has a horizon. We were lucky enough to have a partner who saw us through the other side of the pandemic and allowed us to emerge even stronger than we ever were. And then we were able to now connect with a partner, Eagle Tree Capital, a New York-based private equity firm who knows a tremendous amount about travel. They own North Star Travel Group. have invested in companies like PRA, events management. They even invested in Frosh, which recently traded to JP Morgan.
So, final question, how will this impact your customers and clients next year onwards?
Well, our North Star remains our clients and their strategy. We need to continue building a best-in-class marketing agency to service the needs of clients in every global market, and that's what we're going to do. And allowing our business to continue to invest in founders that have built these tremendous businesses as part of our global platform is really the delight of a lifetime.
Well, thanks so much for your insight and enthusiasm and energy here at the World Travel Market. Thank you for joining us on Breaking Travel News.
Amazing.